Bro, I'm tired of this narrative of musicians who are like, I'm not doing this for anybody but myself. Music is not a competition. I'm just doing this for myself. Like, you're just lying to yourself. Music is a competition. Let me tell you why. I was that kid who tried one new sport activity every month just so I could fit in with the other guys. The problem was I never found it fun. I never found it like clicking for me, ever. I was always that kid who daydreamed to being at home playing Call of Duty and playing RuneScape. That was the only thing that I cared about. So I had no musicians in my family, so I found music at about 16 years old. That kind of replaced my passion for video games. Now I wanted to level up in this other field, guitar. I learned a few chords in our music class. I was hooked forever. And after that, my life was never the same. My music teacher was a guy that all the girls in my class liked. Like all the girls really drooled over him, like, oh my god, he's so nice. So what I did was I copied the songs that he usually played, which was Oasis songs. It was more to impress the people around me. So it was more to impress the girls, impress my peers, impress the people at my school. So the feeling of being accepted by my peers was really the reason why I practiced so much. And eventually guitar became my thing. Competition never really made me feel good. Like the feeling of competing with others, it never made me feel good. It only gave me anxiety. I was always the guy that sucked on all the sports. I was always the guy that struggled with the competing aspect of it. That made me low status among my classmates because I wasn't the guy that was that athletic guy that was good at the competition aspect. So what happened was I started hating competition aspect so much more because I wasn't good at it. The relationship I had with competing was just a relationship with a feeling of anxiety. I was the most serious guitar player in my school at one point, but then I started music school. And suddenly, I was just a guy. Most people were so much better than me, so much more accomplished than me. And I came from a place where everybody praised me. I came from a school where everybody oh my god, Armin, you're so good at this, you're so good at this. I'm yeah, I'm the man. And then I start music school and that all changed. Suddenly, I wasn't the same guy. Suddenly, I didn't get the validation that I had from before. The emotions that I had from when I was kid started coming back. Why am I feeling weird? Why doesn't it feel as good as it did before? Am I not as good as I thought? My self-worth was tied to all the guys in my previous school who just praised my guitar playing all the time. I started feeling like that low status guy again. The guy who hates competition. The guy who wants to escape to my video games at home. I decided to keep going. I decided to improve my self-image. And I decided to get into meditation so I could reduce the anxiety I felt towards this emotion. And I decided to become the best guitar player that I could ever be. I quite literally had nothing else in my life to thrive in. In the back of my mind, I knew I had to be serious about this because people in there aren't fucking around, okay? They're putting in endless hours into their craft. I started to feel the competition inside of me, but I decided I wanted to take part in it and win. Bro, I'm tired of this narrative of musicians who are like, I'm not doing this for anybody but myself. Music is not a competition. I'm just doing this for myself. You're just lying to yourself. You don't want to make real progress, so you keep telling yourself that. You're telling other people that just to keep yourself at a low point and make it okay to be at a low point because I don't want to improve. It's just the journey, 1% better every week. I love to just compete with myself. But Armin, jazz musicians don't compete. Jazz musicians, I know for a fact jazz musicians don't compete. They're just humble and they're just playing because it's fun. You seriously think New York jazz musicians don't compete? You seriously gonna disregard the fact that they've put endless hours into their craft, destroying their competition to basically be able to gig at any jazz venue in the world. And you're gonna say It's not a competition? Just because you haven't healed your insecurities about competition doesn't give you the right to drag people down with you in the pit hole of anxiety and low standards. Telling them, it's not a competition, I'm only doing this for myself, shut up. Yeah, maybe you want to do it for yourself, but why are you telling other people to have the low standards that you have? Why are you telling other people to not reach for the stars? Just because you have bad insecurities about the concept, just because you have trauma and insecurities from your childhood, doesn't mean you should just tell everybody else that it's not a competition, I feel very bad about myself, you know? If you want to be at home playing to backing tracks, then go ahead. It's not a competition. But if you want to make a name for yourself, you want to tour the world, you want a lot of gigs, you want to teach at a high level, there are millions and millions of people who want that. And there is a guy out there who wants it more than you. Who do you think will make it? Competition is one of the strongest drive forces we have to improve at anything in life. Now, why wouldn't you take that to your advantage and actually use it and become so much better at your craft just because of it? When you see a great musician, why wouldn't you think that you're gonna get even more genuine than him? Why wouldn't you think that you will outwork everybody else so you too can reach the success that you want? It's literally the best mindset to have. Don't get me wrong, it is a competition, but we only compare ourselves to our younger selves. So we never compare ourselves to other people. We only compare ourselves to the progress we've made the last week, the last month, the last year. Comparing yourself to others is just dumb, but seeing it as a competition is key if you want to reach your highest potential. Don't be weird and say, "Oh, you're so arrogant because you compete. You think competition is good? Oh, you're so arrogant." It doesn't matter if you're just competing with yourself. You still need good social skills. You still have to be kind. You still have to be a person that people want to be around. You still have to smile towards people. Competition is to your advantage. I want you to start using it. I don't want anyone to give you a hard time for thinking that it's a good thing. I hope this video helped you, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.